Okay, here we go, everybody. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Monday, May 19th, 2025. You know something? Nothing ceases to amaze me anymore, and I really mean that. You go ahead, all right, during this pre-market report that I'm doing for you guys and girls, turn on Fox Business, CNBC, Bloomberg, pick one. They're floating out the freaking monetary priests to sell you a lie. And here's the mind blower. We called it. We said this is exactly what would happen. Look, man, they're trying to sell you another lie. Imagine our shock here that you need lower rates. We need lower rates. And of course, a weaker dollar currency on the back of that. And that is going to boost economic growth. People, this is a lie on such a scale that I just finished writing a paper. I've been up since like 4:30 in the freaking morning, which is usual for me these days, I guess. I don't know. I can't sleep. But anyway, I put together a piece of work for you guys and girls, and this is in your inbox right now. And I'm going to urge you, subscribe to my newsletter, link in the description of this video. You see this whole thing here on YouTube? You see this? I'm going away, man. I'm getting out of here. This is freaking Babylon, and I'm done. I'm freaking completely done with this. So I'm taking this platform, and I'm moving it all over to Substack, our own space. No ads, people. No censorship. No nothing. Just for you and me to get together and put this all together, and put it all together, period. I don't know another way to put this. So if you're even thinking about it, well, it's a no-brainer here, honestly. Click on the link in the description of this video. We are moving. Give me a couple of weeks to set this up, but we're moving. This is probably going to be a shock to some, but I'm done. I'm just done. Either you come with me, you join me over there, or you don't. That's fine, whatever you want to do. But this guy, I've just had enough. Anyway, look, so today is historic. The first trading day ever where the United States has officially lost its pristine AAA credit rating. It's a joke that we're even here at all. We have no business here. We're the most indebted nation in the history of the world, running debts and deficits that are so out of control. Again, why? To allow, in this case, the Federal Reserve to own it all. Who funds this whole thing? Who's backstopping it all? Well, it's the central bank. All these central banks collectively, you know that. And they are not done with us. They're going to destroy us from the inside. We're being wiped out from within. And again, the lie, the monetary priests, I don't know another way to put it, they're not even real. You have to understand, they're not real, these people. They float them out there. They tell them to read a script. We got to sell this to the American people, to the people of the world, that in order to grow the economy, we need to kill the currency faster by having lower rates. You can't make that up here. You can't do it, but that's exactly what is happening. Make that up. I mean, anybody here with even one, not even one, like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of one functioning brain cell, realize that this is all a lie here. But again, going back to what I said, this is historic. The first trading day of the year. And now the reaction to the market is moderate. Okay, nothing major going on. Let's talk about this, and I want to cover some really important stuff with you, so just bear with me. So this is a headline from this morning. This is CNBC. Dow futures dropped nearly 300 points as yields spike on U.S. debt downgrade. Okay, let me show you what that looks like. This is the 10-year yield right now. It is jumping. It's spiking, but nothing majorly out of control. Don't let this scare you, all right? Well, look, when rates really get out of hand, and I'll tell you when that is. I will say, guys and girls, this is it. We're not there yet. I believe personally, and you probably do as well, that the Federal Reserve is going to get in here and start buying it all. That's their goal, to own it all, to buy it all. Period. And the fake news, the distractions, the deceptions. Oh, people are loading up on debt. Nations are buying U.S. debt. It's a lie. I exposed this entire lie for you just last week. I showed you a chart. I outlined exactly what's going on here. Nations are dumping debt. They're dumping the dollar. The world is de-dollarizing, but you see, you're not allowed to know that, especially with our lovely, beautiful man, Scott Bessent here, our U.S. Treasury Secretary. You see where a lot of these lies are coming from? Right from him. He's got to peddle this stuff to the world, and the world ain't buying, all right? World is selling. Right now, the reason why you're seeing this move higher in the 10-year yield is because debt is getting dumped. Now, let me show you something else here. This is not going to hold. The dollar Still above 100 with regard to the Dixie here, the index here. That's down pretty substantially. Look, man, no one wants our dollars. You don't even want them. Stock futures right now, lower pretty much across the board. Nothing dramatic, lower nonetheless. Well, imagine our shock here. You got gold and silver catching a bid, and we haven't seen anything yet here, man, and I mean anything. Cryptocurrency under some pressure this morning. This is what we look like. Lovely, right? Now I want to move into the meat and potatoes of what I'm talking about here, people. Again, I've been up since like, I don't know, 4:30 in the freaking morning, putting things together for you guys and girls. I can't even sleep anymore. The monetary priests are selling you an epic lie. I'm going to urge you to read this. I'm going to urge you to share it, because right here is what people are not allowed to know. Again, what are we hearing? This morning, turn them on. Turn on the CNBCs, the Bloombergs, the Fox Business. Here comes the monetary priests. You know, in order to stimulate this economy, we need lower rates and, of course, a weaker dollar. Interesting that those same exact statements are coming out of the mouth of the President of the United States. Now, I actually addressed President Trump in this, and not in a bad way. I want him to be aware of this. I know he is already, but I want him to be aware that you're aware. All right, so let's talk about this. The monetary priests are selling you an epic lie. 100% fact. Here's my challenge. To anyone out here, I don't care what your background may be. Tell me where I got this wrong. Higher rates create a stronger dollar. You think I got that one right? I've only been telling you this for 1,000 years. So higher rates create a stronger dollar. Economic expansion and growth, and a thriving middle class. You lower rates and weaken the dollar, you get the polar opposite. Here's the proof, going back to 1950. Here we go. So need proof? Let's start off with this. So Lions, as we predicted, as I predicted here, they are floating out the monetary priests, Fox Business, CNBC, Bloomberg, etc., to sell you an epic lie. This morning, status post, U.S. debt downgrade. The lie? We need lower rates to stimulate economic growth. People, only those people who have no idea at all whatsoever how an economy functions would sell you that kind of a lie. Or there's another agenda. And of course, there is another agenda. The mainstream economic narrative is telling us, selling us, should I say, that in order to grow the economy, we must lower interest rates and therefore weaken the dollar. But history tells us a different story. So let's set the record straight right here and right freaking now. All right, enough of the nonsense garbage. Here's proof of it. And I'm going to urge you again, fact check me. Fact check Greg Mannarino. So we're going to set the record straight from when the dollar was backed by real money. So let's start off with the 1950s here. America's fastest economic growth. 1950s. Real GDP growth averaged over 4.2% per year throughout the decade. Interest rates were much higher than today. The dollar was strong and backed by gold, creating global confidence. Middle-class wealth exploded. Wages rose, homeownership soared, and savings accounts paid real returns. Doesn't work that way anymore. Other high growth areas, oh Greg, you're just talking about the 50s. You know, gold was still in effect here. Gold standard was on. It was status post World War II. So let's jump forward to the 1980s. Okay, let's clarify things. So other high growth eras, same pattern, even when the dollar was no longer backed by gold. So again, let's jump to the 1980s. 1980s, after Volcker's high rate medicine cured inflation, and people, I've beaten that to death. You all know that. I've written papers about it. I've done videos about it. So when Volcker vaulted rates higher, and this is something I've screamed about since like forever now, the economy exploded. GDP growth peaked at 7.2% in 1984. Let's move to the 90s. Growth driven by a strong currency and again higher rates than we have right now, much higher. And we even had a surplus, which arrived late in the decade. All right. In each era listed above, growth followed higher rates and therefore a stronger currency. So what happens with lower rates and a weaker dollar? Well, tell me if you think I got this part right here. Maybe I didn't. So what happens with low rates and a weaker dollar? Debt skyrockets. Speculative bubbles inflate. Wages stagnate. Savers are punished and the middle class gets hollowed out. Does that sound correct to you? So when you hear the monetary priests telling you we need lower rates right now, of course that means a weaker dollar, or even when you hear a sitting U.S. president tell you the same thing, do you think they don't know that? Do you think that they do not know that when you lower rates and of course kill the dollar, debt skyrockets? They don't know that? Speculative bubbles like a stock market that has no bearing on reality? They don't know that? They don't know that wages stagnate? They don't know that savers are punished? They don't know that the middle class gets held out? Of course they know. So if they know that, then there's something else going on, right? Of course there is. To allow the central banks to inflate. Lions, what's the takeaway here? I've been screaming about this for freaking years. The United States economy grows best when, number one, rates are higher. Number two, the dollar is strong. What have I been telling you? You want to fix this? You want to actually make America great again? Return purchasing power to the currencies. Does that ring true to you? People know the truth when they hear it. Or is Greg lying? Greg, this is another lie because you have TDS. Let's move forward here. So don't let the monetary priests of Babylon tell you otherwise. Higher rates and a stronger dollar are not the enemies of growth. They are the guardians of it. They are the guardians of it. So bottom line, here we go. Let's do this together, you and I here. Bottom line, you want to restore / make America great again? President Trump, are you listening? First and foremost, we need to return purchasing power to the currency, which means higher rates. Full stop. You think I got this all right here? Or is Greg doesn't know what he's talking about? Greg is just totally out there and, is deluded or whatever it might be. Guys, listen, man, I know you get it. All of you out here that follow this blog. I'm going to call on every single one of you right now to get this out there. Again, this is in your inbox right now. Again, you must subscribe to my newsletter, okay? I am getting out of here. You want to come along with me? I would love to see you there. I am done here. I am done. You can count the minutes. I can taste it when I'm getting out of this freaking YouTube thing. Going on to my own freaking platform. Our own space for us, for Lions, for this family that we've created all over the freaking world. I want as many people as we can to get there. But if they don't want to come, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. No freaking ads anymore. No interruptions on these videos here. No scammers, or at least I think I'm going to put up a $3 freaking paywall here. I think that'll keep the scammers out. That $3 is too much for you? Well, you know what? Then I think your problems are big more than you even think they are. All right, this is information you're not going to get anywhere else. But again, go ahead, try. Anyway, guys, listen. Share this stuff. Get it out there, please. Share this video. Get it out there, please. And if you have not subscribed to my newsletter, we're down to the wire here, guys. There is a link in the description of this video. Please subscribe to that. All right, and probably about 3 weeks from now, this is gonna be gone. All this, man. I'm done. I am so done here. I'm freaking finished with the censorship. I can't say what I want. You can't say what you want. You know what they do to the comments here. Try to comment. Sometimes they don't show up for days. Sometimes they don't show up at all. That ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen anymore, guys and girls. I'm promising you that right now. I'm gonna say everything I want. Things I can't say here. All right, look, I'm out here. I hope you got something out of this video. I really, really do. Watch what's happening. We called it, and here it is. Here comes the monetary priests to tell you, to sell you a lie. This thing, it's all so freaking twisted. Love you guys. I'll see you later, 4 or 5 p.m. for the live stream, if they allow me to get one out. If not, I will do a recorded video for you. One way or the other, I'm going to get this information out there, and I'm in the end here. I'm in the end phase. I'm done. I'm done. How about you? All right? Love you all. See you later.